through the lot, now you know I'm coming through. When the growth look good on you, best believe they wanna screw now. I've been trying to climb, devil threw me in the dark. Baby, don't be insecure, you can still go make a mark like blow. Could never let them drain my soul now. Blow. Table turning like doorknobs, wow. Blow. I think I'm about to set sail. I'm a walking, living legend, walking with my chest out. Life keep dealing me cards, I keep feeling it.
What up? What up? What up, my people? Hey, we're back in the building, you know. We're back in the building. Yes, guys, we're here for the Liverpool versus Sheffield United preview. Liverpool, of course, back on top of the Premier League, albeit maybe just for 24 hours, or potentially a bit less than that. As we know, both Arsenal and City, I believe, will be playing before Liverpool. So, of course, by the time, you know, we actually kick off our game, we could potentially actually be third, I believe. I believe we could be third, but you know what? It doesn't even really matter. Liverpool, of course, just need to focus on their game, their fixture against Sheffield United at home at Anfield. I mean, Sheffield United this season, they have been absolutely atrocious. They've been atrocious, man. Like, I don't even know what else to say. I don't want to be deep. I don't want to be disingenuous. I don't want to be rude. And then someone clips this up after Liverpool end up losing, 3-0 against, Sheffield United. I don't want any of that. But let's be real, guys. Sheffield United this season have just been abysmal. So when we come into games like this, especially coming off the victory against Brighton as well, we're coming into a game like this. I am kind of like, all right, to be honest, I kind of want to keep this straightforward. I really do want to keep this straightforward. And before we even continue, guys, make sure you're smashing the like button. Make sure you share and subscribe to the damn channel, please. We're on the road to 1 million subscribers. So please, 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 if you're here for the journey, if you're here for the ride, if you want to say I was one of the first and I was there when G was still doing videos in his crib, yeah. Smash that subscribe button, people. But yeah, I think, even just before I get into a little bit of team news and then my predicted lineup and then scoreline, again, look, coming off the back of that Brighton game, it was an okay performance. I felt Liverpool all right, maybe like a 7 out of 10. I think that would be fair to say. Brighton did, of course, give us problems, but we know Roberto De Zerbi, Brighton in general, they usually do give Liverpool a few issues anyway. So, I kind of expected that in the game. I thought we should have been a lot more comfortable. I think we had about 30 shots. Salah had about 29 of them, So, yeah, it was one of those kind of games. And it was one of those kind of things. And I think watching McAllister, he's been in really good form, as of recently in the last couple of months, and he's put him in within that. He's had okay, just calm performances. And then he's had some really, really good ones. And that game against Brighton, maybe it was because it was his old club. I don't know. But that game, yeah, he really, really did turn it on, if I'm being totally honest. So, yeah, like I said, man, it's just going to be interesting to see kind of how this pans out. How does this work, etc., etc. Moving forward, as I mentioned before, of course, Liverpool being top of the league at this moment in time. So we just need to continue. Honestly, there's not really, hopefully this video would even be short. 2 points ahead, 3 ahead of Manchester City. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. This really should be a routine game. This should be a routine victory for Liverpool. I don't envisage any real problems. If I'm being 100% honest with you, if I take a look here, just quickly at a little bit of team news. Klopp obviously had his presser today at 1:30. I was over there on Ensman TV. Go check it out. It ended up being a very funny conversation with both Enz and Savage. So make sure you guys check that out. But excuse me. Klopp, of course, just saying Curtis Jones is back and he is actually ready for tomorrow's game. Diogo Jota, Trent are together in the group, but looks like from next week on, they'll be in team training. And then, of course, Alisson, he looks good as well in his mind next week, parts of team training. So Alisson's still got, a little bit away. Curtis Jones will be on the bench at the bare minimum if he doesn't actually start the game. But again, I'm assuming that will just depend on his own fitness. And of course, we still got Jota and Trent to come back into the team. So, yeah, I think, looking at that, when we talk about, the kind of injury record that, Liverpool have had this season. And when we think about it, it's been a lot. It has really, really been a lot, for Liverpool. And especially the sheer fact that we've been able to just kind of maintain. Now, listen, guys, you already know. You see my videos. You know, I've already said when it comes to Liverpool in general. I'll talk about the performances. Of course, I will. You know what I mean? Because I like my substance. But yeah, on ultimately to be doing this well, I can't fault it. I can have as many agendas as I possibly can. I can do the what I was doing, but you honestly can't fault it. You honestly can't fault it, and it's just testament. Really, it's honestly just a testament, to Liverpool. When we're taking a look at Sheffield United, I can see here players who are going to be potentially doubtful is Cameron Archer. I mean, Basham out, Jebison out, Baldock out, Egan out, Max Lowe out, Reece Davis out, Tom Davis out as well. So they've got a fair few injuries themselves. Do you know what I mean? They've got a fair few injuries themselves. So again, it will be interesting to see the kind of lineup that they put out, and more importantly, the type of system that they're going to play. We played them before back at Bramall Lane. We beat them 2-0. I think goals were coming in the second half. Van Dijk and Zabozalai. We made hard work of that game, if I'm being totally honest with you. I don't know why we did, but I mean, I know it was Chris Wilder's first game in charge, and that new manager bounce. If hopefully you guys can obviously see the videos at the bottom of the 2 goals, that we scored in that game. But yeah, overall, we should have we shouldn't have made it such hard work, and that just seems to be Liverpool in a general sense. Does it really matter at this stage of the season? Nah, not really, because you're just sitting there thinking, well, I just want to get the victory and I want to bounce. That's all I want to do. And that's all I really care for in a general sense. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how they set up. I believe they're going to set up in more or less the same kind of way, with Diaz potentially up top. McAtee might play. I don't know if Brewster, I don't know if he's going to get the nod or not. I don't know. He might try and play on the fact that Brewster's, been at Liverpool, understands the crowd and the emotion and etc. etc. But I feel like McAtee's actually a decent player to play there. De Costa in the midfield, Norwood as well. They've got Bogle out there on the wings. Funny Holgate's actually in there, ex-Everton player. So that's going to be interesting, the kind of reception that he's going to receive. And yeah, I don't like Holgate, man. I'll be real, man. After that, especially after that challenge that he did to Matoma the other day, I'm like, brother, you need to just chill out a little bit, man. You know what I mean? You need to just chill out. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Like I said, I think they're going to set up in more or less the same kind of way. That low, and this ain't even going to be like a mid block and then a potential for some. Nah. This is going to be pure low block, and if they can, and I do mean if they can get a little bit forward, then yeah, that's just what they're going to be on. But yeah, I think it's going to be a comfortable victory. But of course, we'll get into that in a mo. So, predicted lineup, or my predicted lineup, should I say? Let me even put mine. My predicted lineup. So obviously, I've filled in 3 of the spaces because I think Keller, Van Dijk, and Salah. I think those are kind of givens. If I'm being totally honest. So yeah, I put those 3 in already. Who's going to partner? Virgil van Dijk. Of course, Ibu didn't play at the weekend. Joao Konza played. I don't even say because of injury, because Ibu wasn't injured. He just, Klopp just put him on the bench and said, yeah, you know what, maybe a bit more time out. Kwanzaa didn't feel like he had a good game at the weekend, in a general sense, especially what we're so used to seeing from Jarell Kwanzaa. Yeah, I wasn't really feeling that performance. I won't even lie to you. Do I think Ibu will play? He does need a bit of rhythm. Yeah, you know what? We'll put him in. I will put him in, and I think he won't finish the game. I'll say that much. I think put him in for the time being, but he won't actually finish the game. Left back we'll go with first. I would play Simicast. I feel like he should be able to play in games like this. Potentially give Gomez a rest out there on that side. Bradley kind of has to play, unfortunately, because we don't have anybody else. And I do want to give Gomez a tad bit of a rest. And who knows, Trent actually might be available for that Manchester United game. So again, just that in mind. I don't know, what that's necessarily looking like. I know that was I know Klopp obviously mentioned about, when the players are coming back, but who knows? Things may change over the next couple of days. I don't know. But yeah, I'd put that as a back 5. So of course, Simicast, Van Dijk, Konate, Bradley, and then of course Keller in goal. Midfield, this is where it was a bit tricky for me. This is where I was a bit like, who actually plays? So this position, I feel like Elliot should play, in my personal opinion. Then I would go with Gravenberch in that kind of left central midfield position. I did have a thought actually about putting Gravenberch in the sixth position to potentially play in there, or even maybe even Elliot. I feel like Elliot defensively will be better than Gravenberch in that position. He'll be able to pick up the ball, pass it along. But I just don't feel like that's his kind of game. I feel like he's someone who's a bit of a busybody. You know how Elliot is, like he wants to get out and about, on the pitch and get himself involved in certain areas of the pitch and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like Elliot would have been more of my choice. Like if you asked me to pick between Gravenberch and Elliot, I probably think of putting Elliot in there. And at the six, I was thinking about this quite a lot because I know Endo, I think, might potentially have a little bit of a knock. So he might still start, but he might just be on the bench. I was thinking if Jones is available, then put Curtis Jones in there. If Jones is available. You can swap Gravenberch for Szoboszlai if you want to, and I wouldn't necessarily be mad at that if I'm being 100% honest. Yeah, I think Szoboszlai, especially, with him just kind of needs to get back into some kind of form, especially as we got these, we've got this big game coming up, but we've got this running coming up, and of course you can rest whoever you want to rest in that midweek game against Atalanta that we've got, of course, coming up next after Sheffield United, then Manchester United, then of course Atalanta after that. So I know Klopp wants to take it one game at a time, and rightly so. I agree with that, but at the same time, he'd be stupid to not even at least think, okay, cool, I can't play this guy for this amount of minutes if I want to then play him for this amount of minutes in the next game. So it's just about trying to manage that in itself. And like I said, Szoboszlai, when he's kind of come back in since his injury, I haven't really been impressed with him, I'll be honest. Both off in and out of possession, on and off the ball, I have not really been feeling Szoboszlai, I'll be honest with you. So Gravenberch, is your time to potentially, just kind of play your way into the manager's thoughts between now and the end of the season, especially in that Europa League as well. Yeah, this is where you can kind of state that claim. But in terms of those three midfielders, Jones, Elliot, and Gravenberch, like I said, you could put Szoboszlai in there if you feel. But I'd be happy with Jones in that sixth position. We saw him do it for England. I know Big Up Enzi was talking about putting Gomez and that. Man, we can't have Gomez. In my opinion, wasn't even good in that position anyway. You just could see someone who's just so out of pocket in them kind of positions. I don't mind having Gomez, Curtis Jones in there if I'm being 100% honest with you. So that's who I would go with in that kind of midfield. But again, guys, let me know in the comment section what you guys kind of think behind that. Salah is Salah. Make sure you guys stay tuned as well. I will be doing a video Friday 6 p.m. UK time. Got a couple people joining us on the panel talking about Mo Salah. So yeah, just make sure you guys keep your notification bells on and you will see that. Up front, you know what? Obviously, we did this on Enza's stream. We did the team. What I'll go with is Gakpo and Nunes. Maybe this might be something, I don't know, I'm not even saying it will work, so to speak, but just, yeah, why not? Why not try that? Nunes can stay up front. I mean, he was quiet at the weekend as well, but keep him there for this game. And then Gakpo out there on the left-hand side. Maybe that will kind of give him a spark. The only thing I think about is defensively, it's funny, defensively in the right-wing position, we obviously lack with Salah. Defensively in the left central midfield position, we lack with Gravenberch. But we've got players in and around those positions. Curtis Jones likes to drift out to the left. Anyway, that's just his natural kind of game. Maybe that might potentially help us out in terms of if Gravenberch isn't getting back, Curtis Jones can, of course, try and just fill in those kind of pockets of areas. And maybe this three here can potentially even rotate amongst each other and all be kind of comfortable in each and every position. Now, we know, Jones can, of course, play in this, he's comfortable in the six. Let me not say he's good in it, but he's comfortable in that sixth position because he's obviously played there quite a bit now, or for England during the under-21s tournament. And of course, he's been absolutely brilliant this season. Gravenberch, I've seen playing the 6-4 Ajax. a good few times actually, to be fair, when I was watching the highlights of before he signed for Liverpool. So it's not an alien position to him. So it would only be alien literally to Harvey Elliott. And I still think with his attributes, he should be able to kind of do that role. So yeah, I think with the three like that, you can kind of rotate. Again, if you swapped Gravenberch for Szoboszlai, I think it's the exact same thing. They can, rotate, swap out. You jump in the six for a bit while I, venture forward into this area, or I'm getting better joy from my opposite number. So maybe I stay in. All little things, man. All little things. So yeah, that's my team. Keller in goal, Bradley at right back, Tsimikas at left back, Konate and Van Dijk. In the six, I've gone with Curtis Jones. And then in the 2-8s, Elliott and Gravenberch. And then up front, I've gone with Salah, Nunez, and Gakpo. Again, guys, let me know exactly what you guys think in regards to that team. And let me know, of course, any of the changes, anything you may do, anything you'd want to do, etc., etc. But yeah, let me just stop sharing that. Yeah, to my prediction for the game, I will go with, I think, what did I say on end of stream? I think I went with 4-0. 4-0? Yeah, I think I went 4-0. So yeah, I'll stick with that. I'll say Liverpool 4, Sheffield United 0. I think Salah will get himself a few goals as well and shut a few people up. They know who they are. So yeah, let's hope and let's kind of just wait and see on that, guys. Let me know what your predicted lineup first and foremost, but of course your prediction for the game and what you guys would also like to actually see from Liverpool in this kind of game. What are the kind of things that you guys kind of want to take away from this kind of game, of course, heading into that Manchester United game at the weekend. So yeah, guys, let me know. That's G. That's G, I'm talking third person. I'm G, should I say. That is my match preview done and dusted. Make sure you're smashing the like, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And before I head out of here, I couldn't leave without some wise words from Darwin Núñez.
Oportunidad de hacer un cambio. Juguemos por algo más que una victoria. Juguemos por el futuro de nuestro planeta.
Yes, Darwin! Not a clue what you just did! I love it! I love it!